an exceptional two-sport athlete in both basketball and soccer. Ben earned 4 varsity letters in soccer and 3 in basketball. Relentless on the soccer field and a clear natural talent, he received all league and all area honors at Edmonds Woodway. He was the Everett Herald's Male Athlete of the Year in 1998 and received a full ride to the University of Washington to play soccer. At the UW, Ben received all Pac-10 first team honors and helped all 4 teams reach the NCAA tournament. After graduation from UW, Ben went on to play professionally for the Portland Timbers and the Seattle Sounders. Ben's love of the game helped him pursue his passion for coaching soccer. He is currently executive director for the Rush soccer program. I would like to also note that Ben is our first soccer inductee into the Edmonds Woodway Athletic Hall of Fame. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ben Somoza into the Edmonds Woodway High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you. What an honor this is. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, committee, for, I didn't know I was the first soccer inductee, so that's pretty cool. Soccer coach down here, Tony Gilman, thank you. Thank you to all the athletes for all that you do. We really appreciate everything. I'd also like to thank my family right here. Without them, I would not be where I'm at. My parents drove me from practice to practice, game to game. There are a lot of practices, a lot of games, and I think that's the same story for a lot of the athletes and families in this room. And my parents were no different. Every single game I looked up to my family. Before the game, I would look to see if they're in the stands and their support. They're there almost just about every single game. Truly my #1 fan. So all my family, my dad, Guillermo, my mom, Gwen, my brother Dan, my sister Rebecca. Thank you. I started here in the fall of '94. I came in just after my brother Dan Somoza, who's the current baseball coach here at Edmonds Woodway. And it was a rocky start because Dan had a lot of friends and they liked to pick on me. Although my brother truly impacted my sports life more than perhaps anyone. Throughout growing up, he beat me in literally every single thing I ever did. And that still goes on till today. And he would never let me win. And it truly impacted how I felt about sports and how I went forward. And we played every single sport, and I can see how I was probably the best babysitter ever for my parents. But thank you, Dan. Appreciate all that you did. I played basketball at Edmonds Woodway. I was not the best basketball player in the world, but I was fortunate enough to have perhaps the best basketball player in the state on my team in Mark Arrington. And I learned pretty quick that if you give the ball to Mark Arrington, your team would be successful and there'd be a place for myself. I figured that out and played for 4 years with him and really enjoyed my time with him. My senior year, we were to have our 3rd coach in 4 years. That coach would be Don Brown. And Don had a fame for being pretty stinking tough. Anyone that played for him knew that you had to work. And I was not ready for it. We just had a conversation about it, about how it impacted myself. Don wanted me to be accountable, work hard, and be a good teammate. And those are all things they were just saying. Him and Mr. Snowy here were just saying that after 6 games, they felt like I finally started picking it up. Little they know, it was truly tough for me to go through all that. But I appreciate what you guys did for me on the court and everything. I will have to say, Don would not play zone defense. He made me play man-to-man. I'd play man-to-man, full court all the time. And again, we practiced relentlessly. There was one time we had a Friday and a Saturday night game. We had a meeting before our game. We played a game on Friday night. We practice after the game. We practice the next morning, Saturday, and we played again that night, Saturday. I don't even know if that's legal. But we did it all. We won those games, but that kind of preparation truly helped our team and showed me what it took to be an athlete, to get to where you want to be. My first day as a soccer player here came a little late. It was a week late. I was playing while I was sitting on the bench for the freshman basketball team that year, and we were playing in the district tournament. And I came in, and Tony was our coach at the time. Coached me all 4 years, and brought the varsity in, the JV in, and separated it out. The varsity to one side, the JV to the other side. And it was my first day, and I just assumed I would not go in with the varsity. And Tony immediately put me over at the varsity, pretty much painting a bullseye on the back of my back with all the upperclassmen. The JV coach at the time, which was Bill LeCompte, who's the current girls soccer coach, was less than thrilled. He was also my Young Life director, but I was extremely appreciative that he moved me over with that group. I'd say I was not the easiest player to coach. Again, I think I was talking about that with both these coaches prior to that. I had a relentless competitive nature on the field, and sometimes it got the best of me. But I think through all the things that I had learned here at school and through all the sports, you learn to start to control that competitive nature on the field and start to be better for it. Tony, once again, just like Don, wanted me to stay accountable, work hard, and be a good teammate. And through the 4 years of being here at Edmonds Midway and playing, I learned all those things, and they were profound. Those things really shaped who I was as I got going. And yeah, I played at University of Washington. You're going to go through times, and I played post-college, but the ground foundation that I learned here and was taught to me from my coaches and all the teachers and people that were supportive of me, I'm truly grateful for. So the life lessons are a lot of things that I learned here. To all the coaches in the room, thank you for what you do. I don't think you realize the impact you have on kids as they stand here 20 years later saying all the things that we've heard constantly from every single person here tonight. So thank you for who you are and what you do. To all the young athletes in the room, listen to your coaches, be accountable, work hard, and be a good teammate, and great things can happen. So thank you, Angie. Thank you, everyone, for the inductee. Appreciate it.